I don't know how long this session's going to be because I'm shitting my ass off today. The last, so this is session 2. Last session was about 2 hours. That was cut down to 1 hour. You're welcome. I guess while this is loading to catch you up, Kagura and Saya were on the side of the bad lady, and Vlad, whose name took me forever to figure out while translating it, because I thought it was Vran, and then Vlan, and then Lord, I don't know. And then after that I did a bunch of practice so I could get better, and then it took me forever to translate because it's tedious and boring to do so. So whatever skill I may have accrued while I was doing all the extra missions is gone. So now I'm going to be just as shit as I was before. But hey, we're not here because I'm supposed to be good at it. We're here because I'm trying to translate this game. And again, it bears mentioning that I'm not a professional translator. I don't even speak Japanese. I'm just doing my best. And I think I've done an okay job of it so far. One problem I did run into, which I had mentioned, was I didn't know Vlad's name, and I still can't even be super sure of it. Because the online translators read it differently. They thought it was Vran at first. And I was like, is that not a name of a vampire thing, Vran? It could be Vran. And I was thinking of Victor Vran, that series that's also about vampires, but I don't think the name Vran is actually based on anything. Fuck off, I was trying to do this. And another thing I ran into was because I could not properly read the help messages, I didn't know that you could regenerate your health very easily. So all those times when I had to fight mudmen and I was spending all my HP and not knowing what the hell to do about it, it was actually quite simple. I think it's like X and square. Let's test it real quick. Yeah, X and square, that thing just now, that restores your HP. Well, it'll restore recoverable HP. So if you take damage while it's happening, you don't get that HP back. And in fact, you cannot recover beyond that point. It gets rid of all your recoverable HP. But yeah, I was experimenting with combos, and I was really figuring it out, and I was getting the hang of both Kagura and Saya. But yeah, that's all gone now because it took me forever to feel like translating. Because like I said, I don't speak the language, so it's actually very difficult, but I think I'm doing alright. But yeah, so the story so far is the two main girls worked for the bad guys at first. And that's why there was conflict between them and the original sisters. And then after Vlad, I'm pretty sure it's Vlad. We're going with Vlad. If that's it, if that's wrong, don't bother correcting me in the comments. I don't care. But oh, you know what? Let's just switch it up then. Instead of, actually, I guess maybe for later. What was it? Triangle and circle to do these? Yeah. So see, now I have some HP missing. If I X and square, I can get that back. But like I said, if you get hit while you're in that state, you can go fuck yourself. Whoops, I looked away for a second. I was trying to do something on the computer. Oop. No, I was... There we go. Well, you can also move around for it, so you're not completely... I've also been translating those. Not taking it as seriously, like with the script translating, I actually have like a document open, which I have the original text, the translated text, and then my localization. And that's what ends up getting subtitled as my localization. Because believe me when I say the machine translated is pretty bad. Oh yeah, and the costumes, I also switched the costumes around. I don't have much unlocked. I mean, I got some cool wings. I got horns, gloves, different boots. Why don't... Oh yeah, that was taunt. I want to switch. So I gave her cool wings too. I just exchanged their costumes because I don't really have anything else unlocked. She has cool cat paws and horns and cat ears as well. Let's roll with her for a bit because I think she's cool. But yeah, not much else to say, I guess. Oh wait, yeah, I keep interrupting myself when summarizing the story. Then they were betrayed by Vlad, who was sent to take them all out at once. And then I guess the original sisters, Aya and Saki, they're missing in action, so they're just gone. Oh, see that time dodge? What a good player I am. And that's it. And now we're just storming Vlad Castle, I guess. Is that what it's called? I don't fucking know. The translating really shits itself for names, I think. So like things like Babel, Tokyo Tower, Vlad Castle, or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. But like I said, not professional, and don't bother correcting me. If you could have done a better job, why didn't you? This game is super old. How come no one's done this better yet? Maybe someone has and I couldn't find it. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. Sorry to waste my time and yours. But yeah, as of this time, because the stream right now, it's actually late November. I think it's like the 24th or something? Yeah, I think it's November 24th as of the time of this stream. And Onechanbara Origins just got a third trailer a couple days ago, showing off the difference in characters, how they looked in the first game and how they look in this new one, since this new one is a retelling of the first games. So that was pretty cool. It wasn't subtitled, and I didn't bother to look for a subtitle version or try using Google's translation or YouTube's like closed caption translation thing. I just watched it to look at it. It was okay. Didn't reveal a whole lot. I mean, what is there to reveal really? It's a zombie hack and slash with sexy ladies, and it's the old story. Like, what more do you need? Oh, these guys don't bloody up my weapon because they don't have blood. They're statues. Now, wasn't that clever? Oh wait, is that a third one? What did that do exactly? Oop. Also, there's also a stomp command. I don't super remember. I think it was also X and square, but like just tapping it when you're near a downed enemy. So is that just a slam? It seemed like it had a pretty wide range. Yeah, when an enemy's like down on the ground, or you have one of those enemies that just crawl, you can do a stomp. I think there's a trophy for doing that a bunch of times. You share the same color palette as the surroundings, so it took me a while to spot you. Yeah, so Onechanbara Origins is coming out. It's actually, I think it's coming out December 5th. So in a little over a week, if not a week. And that's actually just 3 days after my birthday, so I have a bunch of time booked off where I'm just going to be gaming and shit. Watching movies with my boys, gaming, getting time off work. I had only booked like 3 days off work. So I was like, just the first, second, and third. I don't, because usually I do like a whole week. And sometimes we'll have a LAN party at a friend's place, but I was like, just 3 days. And then before that, I had a day scheduled, and then 2 days before that were off. So I was like, that's quite a days off. That's quite a few days off. Not all in a row though. But at work, we're having a bit of a thing where an old manager is coming back because I guess they're desperate for a manager. And if you've recalled my talkings in videos before, I was a manager, but I stepped down because it was awful how much they expected of me and left for me all the time. Not that I wasn't up to the task, I was just tired of being, the workhorse. It happens. When you're a hard worker, people will take advantage of you. So don't be a hard worker. When you start a new job, pretend you were in an accident and have a brain problem. That's real advice. Don't work hard for anybody. Unless you're getting paid the big bucks, don't do it, but it's just a shit job, so I was like, yeah, I'm stepping down. And one's going on maternity leave. Like the one that handles a lot of stuff. So a shit manager's coming back. Everyone hates her. I especially hate her. I'm not gonna do a big rant about how me and her got along and how she treated me in the past, because just take it from me, it was poor. What the hell was that? That was different. I did my special move and it did that. That was the one that was just a big stomp before. But yeah, so this manager's coming back. I'm definitely not happy about it. So I changed my availability to not with her. And you know, it sounds like I'm being selfish and maybe a bit petty. But the manager that's going on maternity leave, she's like, no, I'm aware of how you were treated before and how everyone feels about her coming back. And I wish I could do more about it. But what I can do is understand and respect your request. So I'm like, oh, that's greatly appreciated. I'm happy for that. And so that Saturday, because it was a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I'd booked off. Yeah, and then the Saturday I worked, and then the Friday, Thursday I didn't.
Okay, I trust you out.
Okay, I had to cut myself off there for a second because of that cutscene. But yeah, so she called and said like, hey, so-and-so starting early, which is going to be this Saturday. If you don't want to come in, you don't have to. So I'm like, cool, I won't. So now I just have like a bunch of days off in a row. I have fought this boss before. I fought this boss in the extra missions. And I already figured out it was really annoying for a while, but it completely depends on where you're standing to make this boss actually work. If you're standing in the foreground there, it'll just keep zipping by and trying to hit you forever. You have to get into the background area here. Like, see, if I'm over here, it's just gonna zip and try to hit me all the time. If you're here, it'll come this way. And then you have to jump towards the hole it came out of, or as we just saw, if you jump away from it, it will hit you. Whoops, that's good enough. Still hit it. And yeah, it took me a while. I was standing in the foreground, hoping for something. And I would always, because like your instinct is to jump away from the thing coming at you, but as you can see, based on the way it approaches, you definitely want to get out of the way. And go towards it. So hopefully I'll be able to get through this boss pretty quickly. Instead of the shit show that was me attempting it for the first time in the extra mission. So hey, we got that out of the way. You don't have to see me fucking oh wow, that was lucky. I happened to be standing right there. So even though I did do these extra missions a long time ago, that was one thing I remember. Because I was like, when I fight this boss for the LP, I'm gonna need to remember to do that well. Yeah, see, it does that if you're standing in the foreground. And you don't have to necessarily attack it in the face. Perhaps you do more damage in the face. I don't know. But hey, this is safe, so it's all right. I think I got hit a couple times as it was moving away. I don't know. Yeah, and then when it takes enough damage, it comes over here and you do the thing. It doesn't have limbs that you can cut off, so we don't have to do it a couple times. It's just suck the blood and it's over.
Okay, go to hell, all of you!
Wow, starting this chapter by not wasting any time. Alright. More bad English. Also, one thing I am going through the trouble of doing is every time she does a goofy English thing, okay, that will hurt me over here. That was a ground pound, not... Oh, Christ. Is that guy down to do a thing? Nope. I thought someone was down to do a thing. Should I do a lock-on? Yeah, let's do a lock-on. But yeah, I'm making it. I don't know if this exists. I'm sure it does, but I'm gonna make a compilation of all of her goofy English because I absolutely love her goofy English. So look forward to that video. Maybe it'll come out before this. Maybe it'll come out after this. I don't know. But I'm so charmed by it that, oh fuck, I want to try to keep the other guy in view so I can see what he's doing. Oh nope, that's not a down. I thought maybe that was a... Oh, yeah, that's a down. Now this guy won't be as much of a problem because he has one less arm. Or he'll be even more of a problem because now he's using his feet. I think I like the dark one better. So it's a good thing I'm killing off this guy first. I like his color scheme, and I like his helmet better. Or I guess his mask, it's not really a helmet. I just don't want to get in between them. No, we're fighting this one first. Best focus on one at a time. Actually, yeah, punching would be better if I'm doing one at a time, in that case. Ooh. Seems like the other one that I'm not focusing isn't attacking all that often, which is very considerate. Alright, let's finish the job. That was pretty risky with all that health, but now I'm gonna get it all back. And I mean, because it's... Are you not dead? Okay, yeah, you're just standing up to die again? We can't let one sister have all the fun. Alright, get back up. So yeah, before when I was surprised to discover I had unlocked a new move, there was apparently notifications on screen. There's notifications on screen for like when you get a new move, what the current mission is, like hey, defeat this guy right now. Do the thing, giving you a bit more, I guess a bit more explanation of what you're supposed to be doing. Which is nice, but I can't appreciate it in the moment, as I've explained, because I don't actually know what the words are until I've gone into editing, screen capped it, and gotten all the text out and figured out. That's why I gave you a recap now, because I actually know what's happening so far. I mean, I kind of already know how it's going to end, because the beginning of Z2 Chaos is like the end of this one. They're going to eventually team up and defeat the big bad lady. And I mean, obviously, that's not a spoiler unless you're a complete fucking idiot. Now why does he stand back up for that animation? Just to fall down again, just stay down. It's fine. Oh, that's just the whole chapter. Beginning and the ending with that boss fight. Okay.
奴らがこの城に攻めてくるざます。GPF も攻めてくるかもしれないざます。
そのようだな。
どうしようざます。
取り乱すでない。
そんなこと言われてもざます。ミーはまだ人間ざます。カルミナ様や奴らのような超人ではないざます。
ざますうるさいぞ。
お許しを。
さあ来るがよい。カグラとサーヤよ。すぐに父親のもとへ送ってやるぞよ。
Those last subtitles disappeared way before she stopped talking. Maybe I will make the editor's choice of leaving my translated one on there for longer. Because I try to time it, like, second for second. But yeah, a little more in depth of how hard it was trying to discover that guy's name is the translators were saying Vran and then Vlan and then sometimes just nothing at all. And so I wasn't sure the first time. So the initial draft was I was just trying to listen to what was being said. But of course, with their accents and stuff, it's sometimes a little tough in how clearly it is said. And so I was like, I'm just gonna look up this character's name. And that's actually a lot harder than you'd think. Because you look up Onechanbara characters, you get all the girls. Look up Onechanbara Z Kagura characters, you just got the girls. I'm like, well, no, I need to know this one guy's name. He's not a nobody that shows up for just a second. Like, what is this guy's name? So I'm like looking up male characters and I just could not find it. And then I stumbled on to the translation for what I think was the trophy for beating him. And the word Baron is in it. But yeah, so I thought it was Baron. Because when she shouts his name, it's like that could be Baron. It kind of sounded like Barando. So I wasn't super sure. So I went with Baron. And then later on it translated to Vran, so I'm like, oh yeah, the Victor Vran thing. Is Vran an actual, like, popular vampire-related name? You know, like Alucard or Van Helsing, all popular names. And it turned out that was not the case, so I'm like, okay. And then I listened a little closely, and I was like, oh, it's probably Vlad. I just didn't think that they would give the name Vlad, which is supposed to be like the #1 vampire, to him, because he didn't really strike me as that important or noble. So I didn't really know what to think of it, but I became more and more sure that it was Vlad, so I actually had to go back like 2 times to try to figure out what his name actually was. Oh, the shit's gone now. I guess I did the right thing. No, I didn't do the right thing. Fuck. I recall a part like this in Z2 Chaos where it just wanted me to go door to door until I found the right thing. Kagura has a 3rd move now too. Let's wipe this shit off. Let's switch to it. And let's try it out. Oh, it's her, it's just a secondary copy clone. That's pretty cool. Looks like it's made of blood. So it's a goopy blood clone. I wonder if attacking with it will kill the mudmen. I'm sure it will. That'd be pretty fucking handy, because it seems to be sticking around for a while. Oh, there we go, it's gone. Yeah, that'd be a good way. You can just pop it once, attack the mudmen right away, and then they're all just taken care of like that. That'd be awesome. Oh, now I can... Another thing I also learned about them is they don't avoid you, it's just that they only approach you when your back is turned to them. So you gotta turn your back, and then you do that, okay. Yeah, so the X and V is the stomp. If you tap it, tap it while pushing the direction, you will do a stomp. So you gotta try to turn your back, get out of the way, and then stomp them. Or you could just use a ranged attack. Get out of the way. Oh, missed my stomp. Oh, now there's many of them. Now they're fucking up my shit. Yeah, your best bet is to just use this weapon. Toss that out. But yeah, that's the stomp, so I have confirmed it. Learning new things all the time. That's not a thing. That was a thing I learned while looking at the trophies when I was working on the extra missions. Because I was like, well, what are some, like, grindy combat trophies that I can do while I'm working on, like, these extra missions? And one of them was the doing many stomps. So that's how I discovered it, was it needed to tell me how to do the stomps first. Well, that was the last room. So either I picked the one that you're supposed to do last, or it expects you to do all of them. Because that was room number 4 of this floor. And what do you know, the gate's not going up. Oh, I can't go in there yet, though. You know why? Because it probably wants me to do all these rooms, too. I can't get into this room. So perhaps that is a lie. I guess I'm heading over to this side. Is this a thing? Yeah, this one is. Oh, this is a hallway. Maybe I'm actually going to go somewhere. Also, and fun thing is you're never too sure when these statues have died. Because they don't have a death animation. They just stop moving and then fade away after a bit. Oh, I guess the yellow experience ball falls out of them. That's a good way to know. Great, that information's probably telling me how to progress. It also seems to be asking a question. Whatever the case, I can probably leave.